Okay, I'm just about to do the first German combat, and I'm glad I stopped anyways, because I'm like, geez, am I gonna... Well, first of all, I think it's a stupid move. I should have stayed where I was. But I was like, oh, I'll go and attack, and it's like, God, I'm just a 5 strength unit going up. I mean, you're thinking, yeah, that's okay, but I'm going up a cavalry unit who's still going to have, who's automatically supplied, and is going to be, attacking me, counter-attacking with three strength points. The max I'm going to get is 5. I'm going to supply, so I'm already wasting, or it's overkill. I'm using 1 supply point for 5 strength points, so that's overkill. Then the cavalry is going to, so I'm attacking across this hex side, right? The way I'm looking at it with the rules. However, excuse me. However, the cavalry gets to choose which hex side it wants to defend from. So it's either this one, as you know, or the adjacent ones. Now, the adjacent one has a river, but according to the rules, it says that I only use the river if all the attacking units are attacking from a hex side that contains a river. And that doesn't. I mean, these are two different things. Him attacking across this hex side, but this guy deciding to choose to defend with this terrain. You see what I mean? Like, they're different. So anyways, I'm going to check the rules, and that's how I'm going. So the river's not going to count, but the swamp is. If you look here, it's so. Sorry, buddy, you're going to have a bad die roll, but not as bad as it could have been. Anyways, and yeah, I've got to mellow out, man. Like, I'm going to take some hits here, but I also do want to push this cavalry out of there. Like, I really, really want to get things out of there. And then I'll be going off to the second combat, which I'm trying to see if I can get the Russian 22nd and the 24th Infantry Divisions out of here. Yeah, and they'll be fully supplied. I mean, these guys have taken half a strength point each. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna I'll deal with the strength points. I just didn't want to have one full and one. It's the same thing, at this point, anyways. And there's the headquarters. Yeah, I'm actually going to go up to another game that I have upstairs for the decision games game for the Battle of Tannenberg, because the scale's different for the map. And it's all down here. It's just dealing with the Second Army. And I want to find out, because I know that because it's at a different scale, I should be able to find some rinky-dink little towns or something just below Allenstein, because I'd love to find out what the name of this area would be, because, man, this is going to turn into, well, I'm sure the Russians are not going to want to talk about it back home. Anyways, yeah, and I'll see what's going to happen. Yeah, so I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to mellow out. But anyways, it's going to be, yeah, there's a lot of action. When I pull back from the map here, I'm like, holy smokes. Well, of course, the Russians and the Germans up here got to go a lot, a turn more before these guys did. So obviously there's a lot more action, but holy smokes, can you ever see, like, everything's already getting jammed up here, even with this small amount of counters right now. Mind you, I've starting to consolidate, like a few here. I've got, multiple divisions. So if you go back here, like I'm using those pretend, or those made-up counters that I did here. The little force things, and then, yeah, I've got my little, made-up cards and stuff like that. The Germans don't have anybody all masked up enough. I just, stacking drives me up the tree, basically, and gets to the point where, so I'd rather just not deal with it, as, I know I have to deal with it up to some point, but basically anything after 3 counters, I'm like, okay, enough. I've had enough. So, yep, like I said, I'm going to finish up these combats. I'll chit-chat about it later, and then We're going to go off to August turn 6. And like I said, there'll be some reinforcements and some rail movement. Woohoo! Okay.